So we transformed our Gorilla Platoon member from, first of all, looking quite soft and out of condition to having a six-pack. Now, in this video, we're going to discuss how we did that. We'll come on to the tactics, absolutely. The tactics, of course, are important. You don't do the work, you won't get the result for sure. But first, let's come back a step and underline it with principles. If you are a returning viewer of the channel, you will have heard me say in the past, create the athlete version of you. Create the 2.0 version of you. The new character version of you. Why do I say that? Because you right now will always have this constant pull to come back to who you are. Back to your comfort zone, back to your identity. And that is normal. Do not think that is not normal. That is absolutely normal because this is the data you've collected in your head of who you are and how people see you. So absolutely this is normal. However, if you want to truly change how you look, we must create the 2.0 version of you. So for the Gorilla Platoon member, he was actually just about to become a father. So he wanted his first newborn child to see him as an athlete, to see him as a 2.0 version of him, and to be a role model for his new child. Obviously, that's a very powerful why. And a lot of you, to be honest, if you actually looked a little bit deeper on why you wanted to get in shape, more than likely, it weren't just to rub a six-pack. It wasn't for a photo. It wasn't for nice pictures on the beach. More than likely, most of you either want to get in shape to be a role model for the people around you, to be respected by the people around you, or to love and respect yourself. The main reason people do not get what they want in life is because you can only get what you can negotiate, not what you deserve. Therefore, if you don't have a high standard for yourself, you will not accept, you will accept people putting you down in lower standards in all areas of life. Job you can get, partner you can get, location you can live in, all because you have lower self-worth. We don't want that for you. We want you to use physique development as the vessel in order for you to raise your self-love for yourself. And then, do you know what? Like, you want to get in, you want to give a good role model to your family. You want to be good for your family. You want to lead your family. You want people in your family to respect you. Honestly, don't focus on them. Focus on you. Because you can give them time, sure. And you should. However, if you focused on you first, got yourself right first before being selfless and saying, oh, I need to be selfless because I need to give for them, need to give for them, need to give for them. And I'm not saying don't give for them. But what I'm saying is, if you actually gave for yourself first, got yourself right first, you'd be able to be more effective. You'd be a better father, a better husband, a better partner at work because you got yourself right first. So the person you give to them is of a higher caliber, higher standard. And physique development is just simply what you're going to do in order as the vessel to get there. The six-pack is nice, but it actually resembles the discipline of the man you needed to become to get the six-pack. That's the person you're then giving to the people around you that you're doing this for. So I would really encourage you, first and foremost, let's create the 2.0 version of you. How do you do this? Well, you're going to write down who you want to become. You can write how his body's going to look. You're going to write, so point 1, how does his body look? Point 2, what are his ethos and values? I want 3 ethos and 3 values. I want, what are his 5 affirmations he tells himself every morning? You can say affirmations are a bit gay, but just say these are your phrases. Like for me, one of mine in the Gorilla Platoon is, the worse you feel, the better you're going to look. And that's true. Like on the days where you are starving and you are hungry, they're the days that you drop the most body fat and you look the best you possibly can. So what are your affirmations you say to yourself? Write all of these points down. Create that 2.0 version of you. Now you've got your North Star of where you're going to, we need to put it into practical habits. We fixed the principles, now we need to fix the tactics and the habits. So, simply just structure a day in the life for you. The way I used to describe this to Gorilla Platoon members is, when I was joining the British Parachute Regiment, we would have a set timetable. We'd be up at a certain time, water parade at a certain time, block jobs at a certain time, cookouts for breakfast at a certain time, PT at a certain time, weapon training at a certain time, map reading, yada yada yada, all the way till 2200 when you're back in bed. So we knew what we were on and we could cram so much into one single day. We did that for 6 months straight, and that's how we went from civilians, literal vermin off the streets of the UK, to being paratroopers that jumped out of planes. You're going to do this, but for becoming the 2.0 version of you. What time do you get up? When do you do your steps? When are you training? Have you meal prepped? What time did you meal prep? When are you food shopping? When are you doing your cardio? When are you doing your work? When are you seeing family? Bang, 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 bang. Everything structured out, everything in good order, and you're going to then follow that. That's the micro. Remember, the path only illuminates as you walk it, so each day you just follow that, and you'll be one step closer to becoming the 2.0 version of you. So that's what I want you to frame first when you want to get a six-pack, when you want to get to 12%, 10%, 8% body fat, down from being soft and out of condition. That's what I want you to do first. Now, with that said, now let's go into the tactics of how we got him the result. This result actually took us 5 months, 20 weeks. And realistically, could it have been done quicker? Sure, potentially. However, what did we do first? We actually spent 8 weeks sitting at maintenance. Because of there was for 2 reasons. Number one was his lifestyle was not actually congruent to go straight into a dieting phase. He had quite a busy schedule and stuff going on. It just wouldn't work. And inconveniently, his metabolism was not in good order anyway. So we must fix that first. So what we did was we sat him at maintenance. We got him to eat a good amount of food. Protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight. Fats, 20% of the target. Carbohydrates filled up the rest. We still got him to walk 10,000 steps a day, and we still got him to do 20 minutes of daily cardio. But we kept him at that. We focused then on gym floor performance, making sure we improved how he executed movements on the gym floor, got stronger. As you can see from the before and afters, he's got a pretty thick chest, he's got a pretty wide back. So this is nice to see. And this builds the foundation where you then make your body need to eat a good amount of food. So then guess what happens when we went into a fat loss phase? Drop, because the body was responsive. A lot of people have tried to diet themselves, gone really low food and low calorie. Performance dips in the gym. You've not used cardio, you've just gone low on food, and your body just gets to a point where it just doesn't respond that well and doesn't start dropping off the body fat that we want to see. Your metabolism slows, goes into the bin, and essentially it doesn't really work for you, and then you sack it off anyway. So what we did here was we primed him for fat loss from the points we've just mentioned. That was phase 1, that was 8 weeks. Throughout the next 12 weeks, we then went into the fat loss phase, where I continuously pushed up his cardio when we needed to see a drop off on the scale. We actually lost overall 10 kilograms of body fat in order to get the 6-pack out at the end. So not a drastic amount of weight, but that said, he wasn't a big human, if you will. So I think he started around 66 and he come down to 56. So obviously it's relative, percentage of body fat, he may have lost 12, 14, whatever. Versus someone that's bigger, that's going to be more maybe 8 or 9% body fat, because obviously it's different, the size of the human being, of course. So all we did was, and this is what you're going to do when you go through. So let's say you are this guy exactly. Your metabolism was in the bin. You're going to run this maintenance or just below maybe. I've done it just below and it worked very well. Not maybe, definitely. It definitely works very well. So you can go maintenance or just below. Run that for 6 to 8 weeks. From there, go into a fat loss phase where you then, first action from that is to turn the wheel of cardio. 20 minutes of cardio daily goes to 30 minutes of cardio daily. Run that out. Are we dropping? Yes, perfect. Keep that going. Oh, we're not dropping anymore. 40 minutes of cardio daily. Boom, we're dropping. Okay, now we're not dropping, but also actually my schedule's a little bit tight. I can get to 50 minutes, but I'd actually prefer it if we took from food. Cool. Take away some fats, 180 to 200 calories worth of fat out, which will then, to be honest, something like 30 grams of peanut butter or sat around 30 grams of dark chocolate. Bring that out, 180 calories, nice and easy. Not so much volume has come out of the diet, but a good amount of calories have. Cool, we're back to dropping. Boom. And we just kept repeating the process. I could pull up his meal plan and show you exactly what we did, but that's irrelevant because everybody's human body is different. So we can say we pulled food at week 3, we push cardio at week 7, but it's irrelevant. All you need to know is you've primed your metabolism. Now you have 2 levers. You can either pull your food or push your cardio. Or we could say push your output. You could increase your steps. That's another means to do. When you're on the cardio, I track it in minutes, so you will track the amount of minutes you do. You'll keep your heart rate of 120 to 130. You can also track calories burned as well. So a 30-minute cardio session, you're going to burn around 300 calories. And you could track it like that, and you can see what sort of a deficit you are actually in. And the beautiful thing is, you'll know what deficit you're in because you held maintenance for such a consistent amount of time. You knew what amount of food you needed to eat at maintenance. And again, to start with, just simply, you could blanket, put your calories to 2,500 and run that for a week and see what happens to the scale weight. And you could just then hold that. And honestly, like, you can use a calorie calculator online for a rough base and a rough guess. Sure, fine. Do you know the true way you're going to find your maintenance? Weigh yourself daily, eat that amount of food only. You're going to get a consistent reading. Then you start to pull and play from that. In terms of what should you eat, so when it comes to protein options, I go for lean protein options, so chicken or turkey or tuna or whitefish. I'll use a protein powder that will go in a breakfast meal or in a yogurt meal at the end of the day, and I'll use yogurt as well, which is a good amount of protein. What sort of carb options do you use? White potato, sweet potato will give you a high amount of volume, so will oats. I personally love rice because it sits very well with me, but in a dieting phase, you're not going to get a lot of volume out of it. Just bear that in mind. When it comes to what fats do I use, potentially you can run it, if you're not running chicken in both meals, you can have some red meat and get your fats in that way. I'm actually trialing, as a side note, and you can watch a full day of eating for me trying to get shredded on 2,900 calories if you want to go and watch that. I'm actually trialing high fat, so about like 90 grams of fat, so I'm having like 5 eggs and I'm having 250 beef as well. But in other diets, I've run peanut butter and I've run dark chocolate and avocado in there as well. And then in terms of fibre and packing the meal out, we use berries, and then we also use veg, which is going to come from cucumber, tomato, spinach, and onions. That'll add a lot of water, add a lot of volume and size to the meal as well. So that's what you can eat. That's how to then pull and make the changes, and what we did exactly for the Gorilla Platoon member until we got him down to the goal. I'll leave you with one other point. His partner actually has a job where there's a lot of food that's around, and he did this at the weekends to support her. So we faced a lot of challenges where it's in your face. Oh, we want to eat this. Oh, everyone's like trying to get me to eat it. And honestly, he had to do two things. No one was getting comfortable telling his partner, no, listen, I ain't eating that because I'm on plan. I'm looking to get in shape. So obviously, get comfortable being uncomfortable, telling people no, especially the people that you like. And it's not pretty and it's not pleasant, but honestly, if you can master this, and again, going back to why soft skills are more important than the tactics, if you can master that, you're going to be able to stay on the straight line. Your ability to go from A to B in this transformation is what's going to get you to the result. You will be forced off the center line by life. Your ability to say no and come straight back to the center line, that is what's going to determine you getting a very good result. Apart from that, little tip, whenever you're going out and there's food around, eat beforehand. And we also run, I personally will have like a coffee before I'll go to an event. So I'm already sharp, and that way my appetite has already been suppressed as well from that. That's just a little tactic that I like to use that I wanted to drop with you. So that's how we took him from 22% body fat, soft and out of condition, to having visible abs. So if you found this video of value, subscribe to the channel. If you want to come and join us at the Gorilla Platoon, there'll be links in the description or in the home tab of my YouTube page. Thank you for listening as always, and I'll see you tomorrow.